If we were to name a single class of automobiles that completely abandoned beautiful and, most importantly, unique designs in favor of aerodynamic efficiency, weight reduction, safety, and some other nonsense, then it should definitely be sports cars. The classic models of the past till this day possess a true spirit of automaking and leave bypassers speechless wherever they go. In this episode, we'll be featuring the most iconic sports car models that have been carefully brought back to life, and those newcomers that attempt to mimic the looks of the retro era but offer modern performance and technology. Subscribe to Automotive Territory if you want to always stay informed about the new video releases, ring the notification bell, and enjoy the ride. Revology 1966 Shelby GT350. When talking about revived classics, no list is complete without a Ford Mustang. For this video, we've selected the 1966 Shelby GT350 built by the Orlando-based company Revology that specializes exclusively in producing Ford-licensed tanks. In 2020, it became their 50th consecutive Mustang model, making a new milestone in the brand's history. Performed in candy red with white Le Mans stripes, the car is brought to modern spec thanks to the installation of the new 5-liter Generation 3 Coyote V8, mated to either a 6-speed manual or an electronically controlled 10-speed automatic. The mill nets 460 horses and breathes through the new Borla stainless steel dual exhaust. Since this GT350 is created to be a street car, it also received a competent suspension setup, a double wishbone up front and 3-link rear, delivering the maximum on-road riding comfort. Caterham Super 7 1600. The origins of Caterham cars are rooted deep in 1960s, when the company was a major dealer of the Lotus 7, and later on acquired the rights to manufacture the model under its own name, consequently turning it into one of the most recognizable sports cars of the 20th century. The latest introduction within their lineup is the mid-price range Super 7 1600. Among the exterior peculiarities of the newcomer are flared fenders that run from underneath the windshield to the 14-inch mini-light-style wheels available in aluminum, gold, or body color finish. There are 7 vintage-inspired color schemes and available larger chassis for extra cargo room. This model is powered by the 1.6-liter Ford Sigma with 135 horses on tap, which gets you to 60 in 5 seconds flat and top off at 122 miles per hour. The interior reflects a look into the past, featuring the wood-rimmed steering wheel, leather upholstery, and classic gauges. Aston Martin DB4 GT continuation. The original DB4 GT was among the finest sports cars of its time, with only 75 units of the car released between 1959 and 1963. To honor the 60th anniversary of the model, the British brand decided to release a limited run of the DB4 GT continuation, identical to the 1959 model. Aston plans to make 25 examples of this new old classic, with all of them being manufactured at the revived Aston Martin factory in Newport Bignell. The cars will come powered by the authentic 4.2-liter 6-cylinder mated to a 4-speed gearbox, sending 350 horses to the rear wheels. Since they're built according to the original blueprints and do not conform to modern regulations, the continuations are aimed for racing on the track only, but they will get you access to a dedicated 2-year international racing program with sessions happening at the 8 most iconic circuits around the world. Restorations by Superformance. This California-based company has been building licensed factory spec continuation originals for nearly 25 years now. So if you want to own a brand new car from the unforgettable golden era, when designers were encouraged to dream big, this should be your final stop. The most distinguishable classics from their inventory are without a doubt the exclusive legends of the 1960s. First up is the 1962 Corvette Grand Sport, designed by Zora Arkus-Dantov, which was known as the Project Lightweight and was created to compete at the 24-hour Le Mans, but got cancelled after just 5 prototypes were built. Next is the 1959 Daytona Coupe CSX 9000 by Shelby Speed Brock, the first and only American-made car to win the World's Manufacturers' Championship for Grand Touring race cars. And finally, here's the 289 FIA Shelby Cobra, one of the most recognized American-British sports cars of all time. Generali Design 1. The man behind the Dubai-based boutique manufacturer Anthony Generali describes the Design 1 as the timeless car of the 1960s that blends the retro style with technology from today. And you will hardly be able to refute the statement once this retro-looking supercar sprints you to 60 in under 4 seconds. The Design 1 is offered in 3 body styles: Coupe, Roadster, and Aero, weighing less than 1,800 pounds. The latter is a genuine speedster with a full-width aero screen instead of a conventional windscreen. In addition, Generali Automotive offers optional carbon fiber panels and almost limitless paint color options for the car. A powerful, naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 is located behind the seats, sending 325 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque to the rear wheels through a 6-speed manual transmission. Currently, the Design 1 is available for order on the UK market only, with the production limited to just 499 units. Do you agree that classic sports cars easily outshine any modern performance automobile? Which one of these retro beauties is your favorite? Share your thoughts in the comment section once you have explored the entire lineup. Like this episode, and let's get back to it. Chevy Camaro Valkyria. Revealed at the 2019 SEMA, the Valkyria is the 1969 Camaro resto mod commissioned from Ring Brothers by a customer from Belgium. Though the car repeats the shape of the original model to the inch, it is all new inside out. The body is almost entirely carbon fiber with a few metal additions, and many of the parts are 3D printed and CNC machined, including the custom triple-vented carbon hood. The Valkyria's heart is a 6.8-liter LS3 V8 built by Wagner Motorsport, and it is assisted by the 2.9-liter Whipple supercharger. Thanks to this upgrade, the power is boosted to 890 HP, and the installed 6-speed Tremec manual had to be overhauled by Bowler to be able to steer all of those horses. The rest of the components are supplied by Detroit Speed Engineering, Flowmaster, and Bayer. Morgan Plus 4. 2020 is rich with modern convertibles from Porsche, Ferrari, and Jaguar, but the undisputed head-turner is the upcoming Morgan Plus 4 Roadster. Despite the familiar design, the newcomer recycles only 3% of the components from the outgoing model, so we are saying farewell to the 84-year-old steel chassis, which is replaced by the CX generation modular bonded aluminum architecture. This Morgan also ditches the naturally aspirated mill from Ford, instead packing a 2.0-liter twin-power turbo inline-4 from BMW, which is capable of producing 258 horsepower. There are 2 transmission options, a 6-speed manual and an 8-speed automatic. Notably, the torque is detuned in the former to 258 pound-feet, while the full capability reaches 295. The British automaker remains dedicated to traditional production values, decorating the cabin with hand-trimmed leathers and wood veneers, but the occupants will also enjoy optional heated seats with lumbar adjustments and discrete in-car audio system with Bluetooth. Corvette Stingray C2 by Aries Design. Corvette is one of the most iconic American cars ever built, and the original C2 Stingray is probably its most recognizable version. The Italian company Aries Design definitely agrees with the statement, but believes it is possible to refine the car even further. Their idea is to take the original 1964 C2 body and equip it with the latest mechanical components and interior appointments. The transformation takes 3,500 man-hours and sits on a new chassis with complete axles and suspension sourced from the 2017 VAT C7. The vehicle is powered by a Corvette LS3 V8 with 6.2-liter displacement and 525 horsepower output. Like a self-respecting sports car, it has a manual transmission with 5 gears and reliable Willwood brakes. As for the interior, it is hand-cut and sewn to the original pattern specifications with beautiful burgundy full leather. Jaguar E-Type Roadster by Foose. The majority of automotive gurus will tell you that the 1974 Jaguar E-Type is one of the most beautiful cars ever made, and any attempt to customize it is a blasphemy. However, if Chipfuss gets down to business, even the most hardcore purists are willing to look away. Chip and his team spent 2.5 years to customize nearly every part of this classic, turning it into a one-of-a-kind for the customer. The bumpers were reshaped to fit 20-inch wire wheels. Fuss also trimmed the doors, made the trunk lid significantly longer, and gave the rear quad exhaust tips. However, the coolest update has been applied to the front fascia, where the hood received a scoop and the rocker panels got new takes. The scoop helps to deliver more fresh air to the 6.2-liter LS3 Chevy V8 that replaced the original Jags V12. Mated to the new 4-speed automatic transmission, the mill generates 525 horsepower. Porsches by Singer. I will not say that modern Porsches have lost their iconic status and the upper hand in sports performance, but it is the 964 version, manufactured between 1989 and 1994, that is regarded by many fans of the brand as the golden standard of Porsche 911. In turn, when it comes to the restoration projects associated with this model, Rob Dickinson's Singer vehicle design has no rivals by a long shot. The company reimagines both coupe and targa modifications of the car by replacing the bodywork with carbon fiber panels, while the engine is tuned by specialists from Cosworth, Pink Racing Engines, and Williams. Customers are offered 3 flat 6mm options: 300 HP 3.8-liter, 350 HP 3.8, and the 390 horsepower 4-liter, which offers extreme 3.3 seconds 0 to 60. Interiors by Singer recall the golden era of early 1960s car decor, with the low-back recaro seats, all-leather cabin finishes, and gauges with a classic design. Whammy Progetto 2. We are familiar that the Italian coach builder Aris Design specializes mostly in exclusive modifications of modern automobiles and restoration of vintage builds. However, the company's new Legends Reborn series is something else entirely, as it reimagines anew the most iconic models of the 20th century. The project has 2 models under development, and one of them is Whammy Progetto Duo Roadster, inspired by the exclusive Maserati A6 G2000 from 1950s. At the moment of the video release, the model has not been actually built yet, so its specifications are rather vague. Aris promises that the Duo will use lots of handcrafted aluminum and carbon fiber, while following the main design cues of the era, such as side exit exhausts, chromed front, and wire wheels. Inside the cabin, expect to see the 50s-style sports seats, lots of highest quality Italian leather, and simple instrumentation. MCR Datsun 240Z. The story of the Nissan Z sports car spans across 6 generations, starting from 1969, when the widely popular at the time British and Italian performance automobiles met their first worthy rival from Japan. Depending on the market where it was sold, this everyday GT was known as Nissan S30, Nissan Fairlady Z, or Datsun 240Z. Nowadays, the coupe still has a zealous following, and the UK-based MCR Road Sports is among those companies that revitalized the icon, giving it the modern level of convenience and performance without slicing off any classic character. The model keeps the original naturally aspirated straight 6 with 2.9 through 3.4-liter displacement, producing from 240 to 380 horsepower. However, the drivetrain was enhanced with electronic fuel injection, all-new wiring, and 5 or 6-speed sports transmission. Further improvements include modern brakes, new wheels, redesigned aerodynamics, and LSD Motorsport rear differential. Do you have any personal life stories connected with these classic sports autos? Do you agree that their designs kick ass of any newly produced model of today? Share with us in the comment section. Like this episode, subscribe to Automotive Territory not to miss the next informative review, and proceed to exploring other videos, starting with the ones on the screen. As always, may the torque be with you!